A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members, and we are still basking in the afterglow of Virat Kohli's fantastic sixth IPL turn. It took him 4 years to go from five to six, but when he did, it was truly a spectacular knock for the ages. I mean, 100 of 63 balls, sustained aggression throughout the entire innings, not trying to get out of trouble against spin by playing rash shots, just following copybook perfect example of batting. And that's why you saw Virat Kohli was in that zone right from the very beginning. I mean, come to think about it, the first ball that he hit for a boundary, that itself showed that he was in the zone. And Sachin Tendulkar himself pointed it out when he tweeted that Virat Kohli seemed to be in that zone when he hit that boundary from ball one itself. So when there was a lot of questions that was posed to Virat Kohli after the match, and he had a very long post-match presentation, and I had highlighted some of the points which he had mentioned in that particular interview. I had mentioned about the fact that he wants to ensure that he does not play too many flashy shots because he wants to stay true to his technique. Test cricket is coming up in the next couple of weeks. So that is why he wants to ensure that he just does not change his technique for any kind of flashy strokes. He did play one flashy stroke though, but then that luckily went to the boundary. After that, he just curved himself and then ensured that he played magnificent cricket. The drives, the pulls, the lofted shots that he played on the up, and that's why Virat Kohli was simply in that zone altogether. But one of the aspects that was not spoken about is his bond with Faf du Plessis. Remember, this opening duo has managed a partnership of they managed to stitch great partnerships, and they are almost nearing 1,000 runs for this season. Now, the problem that has happened with the fact that Faf du Plessis and Virat Kohli, they are all in that zone wherein they can score at a consistent rate. I mean, Faf is nearing 700 runs at this point in time. Then, if you look at Virat Kohli, 538 runs, the duo have now got 1,200 runs alone in this IPL. That indicates that this opening pair knows what needs to be done. And in the post-match presentation, Virat said that it feels like the bond that he's sharing with Faf du Plessis, the batting that is there, it's like AB de Villiers and himself. Remember, Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers shared a very good bond, and when it came through in their batting partnerships, de Villiers was Mr. 360, absolutely magnificent batting all about. So that is why it is a very important thing that Virat and Faf have this partnership, because Faf calms Virat down and he ensures that he plays according to the template that he feels is the best. Kohli, on the other hand, needs Faf because he will ensure that he gives the team a great start. And that is the reason you saw Kohli and Faf yet again register a 170 run plus opening partnership. This duo truly is one of the best in the IPL at this point in time. And with Faf du Plessis leading the orange cap charts, it's only a matter of time. Maybe he could be in contention to go past Josh Butler's tally, because Josh Butler hit 863 runs, and that is the reason he's just about 165 runs away, with potentially 2 or 3 games that RCB could play in. So brilliant effort from Virat Kohli and Faf du Plessis. The duo continue to excel and inspire a lot of people. At the Uppal, you saw there were some orange flags, but majority of the support was for RCB, and all the fans at Uppal were treated to an absolute masterclass by Virat Kohli. So kudos to them. But on the other hand, if you look at it, Sunrisers Hyderabad are in total chaos at this point in time, and it concerns Umran Malik. Now remember, Umran Malik is finding out that life can be tough in the second or the third seasons of the IPL when you are found out, when you have been analyzed and dissected thoroughly. After the game against Kolkata Knight Riders, in which he was hit for 28 runs, he's not played much of cricket. And the confounding statement that Aiden Markram gave on Umran Malik does not bode well for the franchisee and how it functions at all. Aiden Markram, just before in the toss, he said that he's an X-rated bowler, he has the pace, he has everything. But on Umran Malik, he just added that I do not know what is happening behind the scenes. Brian Lara, who's part of the coaching staff in Sunrisers Hyderabad, he also said that Umran Malik is actually not in form at this point in time. Now that begs the question, what is the franchisee doing with Umran Malik? Because remember, if he tapers off in a way that is perennially, it is almost going to cost him his India cap also. It's going to be a big problem. Because remember, Umran Malik was fast tracked into the Indian cricket team on the basis of great performances in the IPL. The raw pace that he had, 150 to 155 kmph, he would trouble the best players in the IPL with that pace. But now he's not even there in the Sunrisers Hyderabad playing 11 on a regular basis. And Brian Lara said that he's not in form. Aidan Markram is saying that he does not know what is going on behind the scenes when it comes to Umran Malik. So who is taking the decisions at Sunrisers Hyderabad? Three captains over a space of 3 years. David Warner, unfortunately, the way how Sunrisers Hyderabad booted him out, that was very disrespectful. Kane Williamson, one bad season, even he was chucked out. Now, Aidan Markram, he has ensured that Sunrisers Hyderabad, because of this loss to Royal Challengers Bangalore, they might stick to the bottom and they might not be able to overhaul Delhi Capitals, because Delhi Capitals are on 10 points, Sunrisers Hyderabad are on 8 points. With this loss, they will be really doomed to be in this bottom position. And Sunrisers Hyderabad making changes yesterday indicated that yes, this season is well and truly over for them. Of course, if they had played their best 11, whatever was there, the best 11, it still might have not made that much of a difference. And that is the problem with Sunrisers Hyderabad. Inconsistency in every facet in this season. But on Umran Malik, it is very worrying about Sunrisers Hyderabad and the way how they are treating him, because India needs Umran Malik to ensure that he can be consistent, and he can also ensure that he can trouble players from all over the globe with his raw pace. But if he's not doing well in the IPL and that fast tracking seemed to have backfired, then it's problems for Umran Malik. And Sunrisers Hyderabad, they have a lot of introspection to do now, because remember, 7 years ago they had won the IPL. It's not as if they're a bad team. The unfortunate thing is, 7 years later, after maybe 2021, when David Warner left, the problems have begun for Sunrisers Hyderabad in a big way. And that is the unfortunate thing. And one has to stop the bleeding at Sunrisers Hyderabad. So today it is going to be Rajasthan Royals versus Punjab Kings in Dharamshala. The season is all but over for these two teams, because unfortunately Punjab Kings shot themselves in the foot while losing to Delhi Capitals. And if they beat Rajasthan Royals, their net run rate is very bad. So even if they get to 14, then it's not going to be of any use for them, because their net run rate, already if you look at it, RCB have a better net run rate. So even if Punjab win, it's not going to help them at all. So it's a sad story for two teams that promised a lot, but then now they are consigned for one more year of what ifs. What if we had done well? For Rajasthan Royals in particular, what if they had not conceded that no ball against Sunrisers Hyderabad? What if? So today's match is the last match at Dharamshala, and Rajasthan Royals and Punjab Kings will be the only teams to have played all their league games. After that, we have the double header on Saturday and Sunday. It'll be CSK versus DC, Lucknow Super Giants versus Kolkata Knight Riders. Then you have Mumbai Indians versus Sunrisers Hyderabad, and GT versus RCB. Now, what about Rajasthan Royals? What is the situation with Rajasthan Royals? Can they still qualify on 14? Yes, they can, provided Mumbai Indians and Royal Challengers Bangalore lose their last two games. If Mumbai lose to Sunrisers Hyderabad and GT beats RCB, then Rajasthan Royals can still have a chance. Punjab Kings, on the other hand, their net run rate is woeful, and that's why even if they get to 14, it just won't be enough. So it is going to be a very tricky situation. I mean, remember, Saturday, CSK could get eliminated if other results go, if the teams want to, because if CSK loses to DC, then Mumbai has to beat Sunrisers Hyderabad, Lucknow has to beat Kolkata Knight Riders, RCB has to beat GT. That's it. CSK will be eliminated. That's how fine the margins are. And remember, 2 and 3 will only be decided on Saturday now, because if SRH had beaten RCB yesterday, your number 2 and number 3 would have been sorted out with LSG and CSK qualifying, and only the fourth spot would have been up for grabs then. So it's a very, very tight race for the playoffs, which will only be decided on Sunday now. No chance of it coming on Friday, because today it's going to be RR versus PBKS, Rajasthan Royals. Very slim mathematical chances for Punjab Kings. The season is all but over because of their poor net run rate. Then if we have to look at the news from other sports, big blow for the French Open as Rafael Nadal has pulled out due to a hip injury. Now, the problem with Rafael Nadal is that this will be the first time since 2005 that the French Open will not have Rafael Nadal. That is the dominance that he has established over this 18-year period. I mean, he's won 14 French Open titles. That itself is an indication of the greatness that Rafael Nadal has. So, it's a really, really problematic situation for him. And that's why now he's also admitted that 2024 will be his last season. Perhaps he'll play the French Open and then he'll play the Paris Olympics. After that, he will want to call it quits for tennis, because the last couple of years he's been plagued with injury, and it's a very sad situation for Rafael Nadal. Will he be able to add to the tally of Grand Slam titles? It remains to be seen now, because if you look at it, 2024, he just has about 2 or 3 more Grand Slams. Can he get to 24? This paves the way for Novak Djokovic and the likes of Carlos Alcaraz and Casper. I mean, you look at it, Casper Ruud also has been doing well in the past couple of seasons. So, Rafael Nadal is out of the French Open, and 2024 will be his last. And then we'll be down to only one of the greats, that's Novak Djokovic. Federer retired, Nadal will retire in 2024. Tennis will indeed struggle to ensure that it reaches those peak viewership marks, because with no Nadal and now with only Djokovic there, the stage is set for him to be one of the greatest ever in the business. Now, if you have to look at other sports, the wrestlers' protest is intensifying day by day, and a lot of politicians are going to meet them, and no action has been taken yet. So, with just about 3 days to go, now today is the 18th, 3 days to go, if no action is taken until 21st, then there is going to be a lot of decision making, and some big decisions will be taken when it comes to the wrestlers' protest. So at this point in time, very, very volatile situation when it comes to the wrestlers' protest and the standoff that they have. Then if you look at hockey, the India women's hockey team did not start their campaign on a good note. They lost 4-2 to Australia. They'll play 2 more games on 20th and 21st. After that, they'll play 2 games against Australia A. Remember, this India women's hockey team series that they have against Australia is preparation for the Asiad that will happen in September and October in Guangzhou. So the Asian Games combined with all the preparation that is there, it's a very vital series, this one. India didn't start well, losing 2-4. Let's hope they can bounce back on 20th. So that is about it when it comes to this edition of the Morning Wrap. Remember, RR versus PBKs. If RR win, they have a slight mathematical advantage because of a very good net run rate that they still have, despite that loss to RCB. But in practical purposes, this season is over for both teams. And after this, we have the final double headers and the final league games of IPL 2023. LSG versus KKR, that will be the night game on Saturday. Before that, it will be CSK versus DC. Simple. If CSK and LSG win their respective games, they are through to the playoffs. If on Sunday, if MI and RCB win, then it could be RCB as the 4th team. But remember, even LSG are in a tight spot. If they lose to KKR, and if both MI and RCB win, then that's it. Then RCB will ensure that LSG are eliminated. Those 2 games will be very vital. CSK's game is equally vital, because if they lose, they can go from 2nd to 5th in a matter of 1 day. That's how fine it is. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so that when we go live. And don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Don't forget to download the Sports Talk mobile app also. Thank you.